Which wedges should you buy in 2020? The Taylormade Milled Grind 2 or the Vokey SM8? Let's do it.
And let's do it now.
What a shot that is. Hi everyone, James Robinson here. Guys, first things first, I'd like to warmly welcome you all back to the channel. Today we are on the sunny Costa del waterfront.
Correct.
This is where Chris works, guys. We all know Chris from the channel. Chris, how you doing, mate?
Very good, yourself?
Yeah, good, thank you. SM8, yep. MG2. So we've got both these clubs in a black finish, which for me, I always like a black finish in wedges. I just think it looks better until you've used them a couple of times.
Well, as you guys will probably know, I'm not a fan of the black finish, just because sometimes I think it scuffs up a little bit quick. But again, the SM8's all what I'm using at the moment, so it'll be interesting to see. I've never used the Taylormades, so it's certainly interesting to see what feels different. And
you see, guys, as well, I think that wedges are often overlooked, especially in club reviews on YouTube, in magazines, wherever you look at your golf clubs. So we are going to do a little bit more of this, but we're also going to do some of it on Chris's channel.
Yes.
So those of you who watch our Short Game Saturday series will know Chris has launched his very own channel dedicated to short game, near enough?
Yep, pretty much all short game.
And sarcasm.
And sarcasm, very much a lot of that.
So, should we crack on?
Let's crack on.
Let's do it. So guys, first things first, we're going to play a pretty basic chip. The wedges we have here, we have them all in a 50 degree, a 56 degree and a 60 degree. So we're going to test them all out. They're as close actually in specs as I think we could get them.
Yep, pretty much.
All black, all the same loft, and all pretty much the same bounds.
Yep.
And I'm going to use Taylormade TP5 Pix balls. Chris, you're a Pro V1 man, aren't you?
I'm a Pro V1.
Okay, so we're going to play 3 shots with a 50 to this fairly simple flag.
Yep. So we'll drop.
Oh, that's a nice
There we go.
drop.
First
that's
on the off kick.
So give me a wedge, any wedge, for 50 degree.
We'll start with the one you're not familiar with at the moment.
I did game these actually for a brief spell, so I probably have got a bit of an advantage, if anything.
Taylormade up first.
So what I really liked about these was the rusty face, and is the rusty face because it's still rusty and it hasn't changed. But for me, I don't know, the leading edge was almost a little bit too sharp for me when I was chipping, so I tended to dig quite a lot with them. Something which, a real nice kind of industrial finish, I think you could say, to these.
Yep, very much.
Best start. Are we going 3? 3? 3?
3.
3?
Let's go 3. Oof, same. Similar lie.
Similar lie.
In the hole. Pretty good. Chased on.
Hell no.
No. Oh,
there we go.
Teed up. Had a strike.
These greens are quick, aren't they?
Yeah, it's very dry. Very dry.
Right, are you going to go Vokey? Then we'll swap.
I'll go Vokey. So again, very similar to what I've got. I have got a 50 in my bag, so it's pretty much, well, it's exactly the same as mine, but the black finish. So, let's
see, the speed caught me out as well. He's cut them here at the Royal.
Rolled and double cut from Mr. Jones. So, good line, just a little bit pacey.
That's the winning one. I'm not gonna lie, I've not given you much to beat, have I?
No, that's very true. Oh.
So how do you feel about using the black finish compared to your kind of chrome finish you would normally use?
To be honest, in this sunlight, I think it's probably better to be using this. I might get a little bit of glare off mine.
Yeah, that's one of the big reasons. Obviously, with travelling a lot, I mean, you've travelled a lot as well when you're teaching around the globe. You do get a bit of that, which...
So it's a nice finish, it looks pretty good. So again, pretty good, like the feel.
Best swap them over, had we?
Best swap.
Right guys, we're now going to swap it over and I'm going to go Vokey wedge. Obviously these are my wedges, so... Oh, that's a nice one. But generally this isn't a shot I'd play. I don't know, from here I wouldn't play a 50, I'd kind of go 56. I like to get a bit of loft on it, but generally for me the gap wedge is more for kind of full shots from 80 to 110 yards.
Pretty good.
Straight away better than any of the other ones. And guys, just so you know, if we concentrate on that. Oh, that went backwards, that one. Just because I might win one round with a Taylormade and one with a Vokey doesn't necessarily make them better wedges.
No.
So that, I think that massively wedges always comes down to personal preference, down to looks and down to feel.
Correct.
Performance wise, I don't think you can really say that any wedges really outperform other wedges at the moment.
Especially around the edge of the greens, we might have a different feel, so it all depends on how you want it to feel coming off the face. So some will look nicer, some might have a sharper leading edge. So again, it's what suits your eye as you look down.
You see, very much obviously I'm getting used to gaming these more and more from the Taylormade, and that's kind of showing in this as well.
And again, although James doesn't use this shot, this is the percentage shot for us normal folk out there.
So it is the right shot.
Correct.
I don't think you're beating them.
Whew, well, we shall see.
So in comparison, looking down at these, obviously your short game is kind of your forte, isn't it? Your thing.
Yes. Well, sometimes.
Sometimes. Oh, but you can't drop without hitting your own foot, supposedly.
That's twice.
There we go. So how does that look down at the ball compared to the Vokey?
So again, for me, the difference, obviously you can see from the toe to the face, difference in contrast, I don't mind that. I think that looks okay. One big thing is obviously now back to a normal steel shaft. With using the ones with black shafts for a while, that's started to suit my eye, so it does look a little bit different. And then again, the grip that's come on, it's more of a corded grip.
I absolutely love those grips that come on standard.
Yeah, so James loves them. I'm not a fan. I would prefer something that's just normally on the Vokey.
Softer, which is something like that.
That's it. Again, guys, when it comes to thinking about wedges, that's all things to take into thought, really. You know, what grips suit you. Don't just get them maybe with the stock ones on, because you might not like those.
Yeah.
Again, it gives you the feel around the green.
Pressure's on. Hit it.
It's not bad.
You got one more left?
Oh, no mass. Early again.
Oh, that took a nasty bounce.
Distance wise, much better with those, but again, we have hit a few shots, but still, my preference would be the Vokeys.
Yeah. Not a bad array of shots there, Chris, to be fair.
No, pretty good from there.
The picks seem to be a lot closer on this round. That's 1-all.
Well, only just.
Right, Chris, you've hit 3 bad shots and you're left with that.
Easy.
Lob wedge?
Lob wedge. Which one do you want me to start with?
What did you go first with last time? Was it?
I went Vokey first.
So go Taylormade first.
Milled Grind first. 60 degrees, 10 bounce. Yes.
It's a standard bounce as well. So one thing I will say as well is that obviously.
Lad.
Well, that's nice.
Shot.
Oh.
Oh. Pretty good.
So one thing I will say as well, Chris, is that obviously with the Vokey you do get a bit more of an option in regards to sole and bounce and grind and all that. So with the Taylormade Milled Grind you do get the standard bounce and the low bounce, but apart from that
there's not much option.
Not much else.
No.
But then you could say that's a positive, because I think people get too bogged down in wedge options.
Yeah, I think also people don't necessarily get taught through the different grinds and bounces, so it's something that, you know, not everyone goes through. How many people go for wedge fittings? Probably not many. So it's something that if you're buying them off the rack, if you've got less choice, you know, it's less.
Yeah, I mean, when I reviewed the, I can never get that MG. When I reviewed the MG2, one of the big things I said was I really praise them for the simplicity of the marketing and the kind of bounces and grinds and things like that.
Yeah, because otherwise it opens up a big minefield.
Yeah, right. Speaking of minefield, oh, that just needed a bounce, didn't it? Testing it out, mate, out down there.
Yeah, just getting my eye in. Just need a little bit more now. A little bit more.
How hard is this shot, by the way?
Cracking landing zone. Not the best bounce. Oh. Rules official.
Oh. But tell you what, to be honest, that's two very good shots and one quite unlucky shot.
Yeah, it's not the easiest of shots.
Any feedback with the wedge, with the Taylormade Milled Grind 2 lob wedge, 60 degree? You've got them on out the middle, haven't you? So look at that club face. It's one thing you do quite well.
Again, it feels a little bit harder. Harder off the face. That's the feel for me. And again, I just feel with the Vokeys, they've got a little bit of an easier swing. I don't know if that's the balancing of the shaft.
Yeah.
But for me, I start to feel I can feel the head a bit better.
Okay, my turn. Right here.
Yeah. Ooh, not bad lie.
When I was a junior, I used to love these, but now I absolutely hate them. Why is that?
Because you've built up a fear. Ooh, not bad.
Yeah, exactly that. Just built up a bit of a fear. My
Built.
dropping skills are terrible, by the way, as well.
Give over. It's on a brush tee. Ooh, it's played nicely. Ooh, similar to mine. Very unlucky as it landed. Pretty soft there. Right, last one.
Soft there, isn't it? What do we think? Who's won that?
I think just because I've got two on the surface, I've got to win, really, haven't I?
Yeah, I'll go with that. I'll fetch them there.
Oh, that's another
I'll
victory.
let you talk to them about the wedges.
So again, guys, it's all about looking at what your wedge setup is. So a lot of the times I see that
You point the camera at you?
we might have only two wedges, a sand wedge or pitching wedge. But again, you can start to look at what suits you for your game. As we know, James only really needs a 60.
Pardon?
Nothing.
I really need a what?
Just need a 60 really, don't you?
Yeah, you know what? Until I had that lesson with you, that's all I used.
But now he's a changed man, so this next shot, 56, he should be a
We're
wizard.
in bunkers for 56.
Bunkers.
Am I going straight off the bat with the Taylormade?
Straight off, mill grind.
Milled Grind. You see, for me, the Milled Grind with the lob wedge, actually, I don't know if you noticed this, but the face actually looks bigger.
Yeah.
If I compare, lob wedge here, if I compare both of these faces here, you can see for the sun, the Milled Grind for me just looks like it's a lot bigger, and it actually gives me a little bit more confidence when I almost like I don't have to open the face up as much.
Yeah.
Personal preference totally, but
I think with the different colours from the toe to the centre makes it look like you've got a better area to hit.
yeah. Go in, sit.
Ooh. It's not a bad start. Oh.
How hard is this golf shot?
It's not the easiest. It all depends on... Oh, there we go. He's teed that one right up. Oh, what a bounce.
You could say that was a bad bounce, it bounced left.
Bad bounce. I've heard it all. Ooh. Right, last one. Pretty good. Best one to date,
Yeah,
I think.
not too bad to be fair, and that's interesting, isn't it? Because with the gap wedge, with the Vokey I was better, but with the Taylormade lob wedge, it's hard to disagree that they're all on the green, aren't they? Does that come down to how it looks and fills me with confidence, or is it just that I've already hit that shot 3 times? We don't know.
Who knows?
You want this, don't you?
Yes, please. Thank you very much.
Right, I've not left you too much to beat, but I'm quite happy with those as 3 shots from here, to be fair.
Yep, you take them.
It's not a shot you'd want in a medal, is it?
Hey, Zeus. No, it's not a shot you'd want in your medal. Right.
Can you see what I mean looking down at the face? Does this look smaller now than the
Again, I think that might be because of the colours all one, so it just
Yeah.
blends into one.
black slimming, isn't it?
Yeah.
As they all say. Is that why you've got head to toe?
Yeah, watching my figure. Go.
Oh.
Close. Another foot, and that was in. Oh, beautiful. Oh, that's gone. Oh, bit high on the face.
That's what I was getting with the Vokey, definitely.
Last one.
Surprised you've not really dropped that one.
No, it's beautiful. Played one.
Go, go, go! Is that the winner?
I think it's got to be the winner. That was delightful.
Yeah, but I've got 3 on the green, you've got 1 on the green.
Well, I know, but
If you're claiming it last time, I
I
reckon...
think we call that a draw.
Yeah? All on the 56?
All on the 56.
Right.
Bunker.
Right, Chris. 56-degree sand wedge battle. And really, there's only one place to go, isn't there?
Well, you won the last one, so what wedge do you want to start with?
I'm going to start with Milled Grind.
Milled Grind, right.
Yeah.
On the hockey.
So, interestingly, would you not play lob wedge here? Because I definitely normally would.
Now again, you can get this running down. If you're trying to get the ball with a 60, you've got to land it all the way there, because there's a little bit of an upslope to start with, so you're playing a high tariff shot. If we can get a 56 over, it's going to bounce, have a bit of spin, but then roll down.
So does this almost come back to the lesson I had in Spain?
This just comes back to that, exactly. Right, I'll roll it in.
Oh, thanks, mate.
So we'll roll as if you'd hit it in there like normal.
Thank you.
There you go. Wet your whistle. Right, so
one thing I'll say with the... So now we've got this out, you can see that on the face, obviously they are designed to rust, aren't they? So is that focusing there? So as you can see on the face here, they are designed to rust. And if it doesn't rust evenly, I find that a little bit off-putting, because obviously it's had some moisture on there and it's gone rusty, but it's not even. So that, to me, that's a tiny bit annoying. It's probably more the maintenance of them.
So have you ever cleaned those?
No.
I'll rest my case. So, pretty good, just passed. Okay, next ball is coming in. Are we ready?
Can you please not mark up my new wedges as well in here?
Oh, he's got a tricky lie.
Thanks, mate.
Up slope. Just played that well. So you can see that one popped up nicely and then took the slope. Right, third ball incoming. I want to get you at the back of the bunker here.
Oh, he's seen me play a couple of decent ones and now he's giving me that.
We've had a full array of shots. That is a true test. Oh, and he's played one.
Not bad. Could have been worse, but not bad.
Could have been worse, correct. Could have been better, but all in all, not bad. That's it. Right.
What are you going? Are you going Milled Grind? Are you going Voke?
Well, I'll go. We'll start with the same ones.
There you go.
Then you can mark your wedges up yourself. I'll roll my own in.
Oh, will you?
Ooh, just past that foot.
I'll have those other two, mate, to roll in.
There you go.
Thank you very much. So I think now I've played 2 good shots and 1 a little bit over eager.
Over eager.
That's exactly how you saw playing it as well, isn't it?
So, the duff and run.
Shall I roll it in?
Roll it in. Oh.
Have a bit of that.
So here, what a shot into the slope.
What a shot that is. That's a great shot. Is that almost a round winning shot?
I think that could
And
be.
let's
This
go.
one back of the bunker. Ooh, tricky one. Oh, it's even getting me with a dodgy shot. Tell you what, them geese are in danger.
I didn't mean to put you there.
Birdie hole.
Wow, that's gone in. Oh, that was a great shot from there. Right, I'm going to give you that round. So
Thank
now
you
it's
very
time
much.
for the Vokey, which I believe should still be in
Right.
here.
Even though I won, I'll grab them.
Cheers, mate.
Oh, the Vokey's in.
Right, Vokey's in.
We'll take a different angle, so we'll get is that the right ball? It is. Right. Here he is. Played it nicely, just ran on a little bit.
There's actually a bit of sand behind it, so I felt like that was all I could do. We're going the full breadth of the bunker then.
Now we'll get a nice one here.
Got to admit, it almost hurts me hitting this, you know, the black finish.
Yeah, that could be a goner. So a bit more.
Stone.
you can move that stone. So a little bit more loft needed.
Definitely more rounded as well here, you know, with the Vokey.
Yep.
And I think when you're trying to loft it, I mentioned with the lob wedge with the Milled Grind too, almost think the higher lofted clubs suit my eye a little bit more with the squared edge and with kind of the bigger surface area, but
anyway, get on with it. That's a better shot. Nicely rolling down, pretty good.
Not much spin though, not much zip.
Not much spin. Oh, look at that. Awkward lie. 56. And he's played one.
I'm really pleased with that.
3 very good shots there.
The funny thing is there, that I definitely agree with you there that the Vokey feels softer.
Yeah.
Definitely feels softer, and then it almost looks more classical as well. When I first saw the SM8, I don't know about you, but I didn't like the look of it. And I've sort of grown to like the look of it now. It's when you see a new car and you kind of then see them all the time and you start to think that, oh, it looks really good. And I do think the classicalness of it does look pretty good.
There you go, top review, James Robinson.
Thanks, mate.
Right.
There you go. Try not to mark the toe, please.
I'll roll it in, don't worry. Oof, do you want these two?
Yeah, I do. Because I think you're winning, aren't you? So if you win this round, you've won.
But they were 3, well, yeah, 3 good shots, really. All right. Ooh, just needed a bit more.
Nearly.
Where am I going? Long one.
Tactical throw, that you could call it.
Just try to get it in the footprint.
Yeah. Ooh, all comes down to the last ball. Any feedback on the Vokey and the Taylormade?
Again, I think it's a little bit rounded. The leading edge for me looks a little bit softer, so I feel a little bit more comfortable that I can be aggressive with a shot.
You're very much a Vokey man rather than the Milled Grind man, aren't you? I can tell.
Very much.
Yeah.
Last one. Fair enough.
Do you want me to do that again?
Well, I mean, now I can chip in from here.
Sorry, I am sorry.
Chip in.
That's a great effort from there.
The height.
So does that the match an honourable half?
Honourable half.
Right, Chris.
Yes.
Taylormade MG2, Titleist SM8. There's just loads of letters and numbers flying around, really, isn't there?
Certainly is.
After that huge, I think that's probably the most scientific test we've ever seen on wedges.
Oh, unbelievable.
Definitely. 2 machines going head to head with different clubs. Guys, to be honest, when it does come to wedges, I very much struggle when people do comparisons or reviews and you go on spin rate or you go, because they're all good grooves, they're all to the limit. You're going to get pretty much the same spin anyway. So for me, I really like the low lofted clubs in the Vokey because of the roundness of them. Probably do prefer the high lofted clubs in the Taylormade, but if I was going to go for a set that fully matched, I think it'd just have to be the Vokey.
Yeah, me too. I mean, again, guys, it's more about what feels good for you. If you get the right setup with wedges, again, some will prefer the Taylormade, some might even prefer the Jaws, some might prefer the SM8s. Again, it's down to what you like, but I like the rounder and the softer edges to the SM8s, and again, I like the weight of them as well.
And you can't really have had a chipping lesson off Bob Vokey and not use Vokey wedges, can you?
To be honest,
There's that top guy Bob as well. But I think there are definitely pros and cons in both of them. I think the black finish on the Vokey, I'm not going to say I'm disappointed with, because I've had black finishes before and I know how they do wear. But the black finish on the Taylormade, I mean, the Taylormades are now 6 months old and they don't look that bad. The Vokeys are starting to mark up already, so pros and cons with both. For me, I'm going to go Vokey. I think you're probably the same.
I am as well.
Guys,
2-0.
thank you so much for watching. Who won that one? Did I win? Because you're playing the home match, it's your course and I'm away, so
I'll let James win today.
Yes guys, thank you so much for watching. We do hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, make sure you do hit that subscribe button below, leave us a like if you enjoyed that, comment below which wedges would you use. Make sure you check out Chris's new channel as well, because it's kicking off, mate, isn't it?
It's going there,
Flying.
Thanks to all the subscribers, hope to see a few more of you over there.
Right guys, and apart from that, I guess we'll see you tomorrow.